This is small company. This is one over.
Really? And then, now they're gonna cover it.
EMS ran mine.
Three shots of that. I hope that's what it's over.
That's a little much. I told Tyler I'd had him skin those. Corner.
No, I have, yeah, I was messing with that for a while. It's overseas, so I can't. You just go back. I told you I could figure out.
But well, he was at work, that's how he did last week, he said he He said
Corey, thank you. I played all of that.
Give it to put it on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Which he was just here this last night. That's the. So we were going to submit. And it, him to get finished. Just put up there.
What she wants to do. Expand it from 45 years. That's fine.
Like, yeah, so that's what they did.
We're gonna leave.
But I think that they spoke.
No, I can't.
I don't have any big ones that I know of. I don't have any enthusiasts that I know of.
Where is mine? Where's mine?
Your packet? I don't know. This one's.
I think it must be Stevens. She can't find her packet.
Maybe. I wish I knew.
We ready, Tom?
Looks like it.
All right, we'll call this meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. This is the April meeting of the Town Unicoi Planning Commission. We'll do everybody stand, we'll do the pledge and invocation first. All right, let's do the pledge. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will.
Okay. All right.
Heavenly Father, thank you again, with all sincerity, to allow us to be here together to ponder and work through the needs of the town of Unicoi in terms of its planning and land use. Thank you for the many blessings that you just always pour out on us, blessings we don't even realize. Thank you that we are healthy and able to serve you. In Jesus' precious name I pray, amen.
Amen. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Wolf,
Here.
Mr. Nuss,
Here.
Mr. Harkins, Mr. Landers,
Billy's had.
Mr. Hopper,
I'm here.
Mr. Day,
Here.
Ms. Radford.
Here.
All right, we've got, Billy's not here, but we do have enough for once. Okay. All right, everybody has a copy of the March meeting minutes. Any comments, questions?
Motion approved.
One thing,
Okay,
an error here on the secretary said that Charles Day nominated Barney Rathman, secretary of the planning commission. Bill Nuss seconded, it says he abstained.
Yeah.
So I think that abstained. Mr. Mark.
yeah, let's strike that out.
Strike it from the agenda.
Anything else? We do have a motion to approve.
Yes.
Second. Either second.
All right. Tyler?
Mayor Wolf,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Nuss,
Yes.
Mr. Landers,
Yes.
Mr. Hobson,
Yes.
Mr. Day,
Yes.
Ms. Radford.
Yes,
All right, motion carries, minutes are approved. All right, moving on, we don't have anything under old business. First item under new business is consider and discuss zoning amendment petition submitted by Vice Mayor Cooper.
I don't think.
He is not here.
He is not here.
This amendment, it's for, digging, in the right of way, if you want essentially people to get a permit for it, it's already in the new zoning ordinance we're working on anyways. Due to him not being here and redundancy, since it's already in there, I'm gonna recommend denial.
This is get a permit to dig in the right of way. Right, and it's already,
I understand.
okay, all right, and it's already,
It's already in the new zoning.
The new zoning.
ordinance.
okay, all right.
Motion to deny.
Second.
We have a motion to deny and a second. Any discussion? Tyler?
Mayor Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Nuss,
Yes.
Mr. Landers,
Yes.
Mr. Hobson.
Yes.
Mr. Day,
Yes.
Ms. Radford.
yes,
Motion carries. The petition is denied. All right. Next, consider and discuss zoning amendment petition submitted by the mayor. And that is included in the last page of your packet.
Motion approved.
We have a motion to approve.
so this is saying you want to explain a little bit of what it is, Kathy,
I
as far as the time, it's just, it's really on the time frame, and isn't it?
It's the time frame. I
Yeah.
just wanted to extend it
90 days.
out so that we have more time. Right now, we meet every 30 days or so. So if a petition comes in, we've got to make sure it's on the next agenda, depending on what day it comes in. And we've been called out for not properly advertising an agenda.
Right.
And then we didn't meet. And so it took us outside of the time frame that we were supposed to hear it. And according to our code, if we don't hear it within those 30 days, it becomes, it's applied. So this just protects us. It gives us a little bit more freedom, a little bit more time to make sure we hear it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Cory, but this is pretty common.
This is pretty common.
Yeah.
State law says that you have 30 days to hear something unless the governing board defines a longer term. So we're within our legal documents.
So you're saying if something comes, give me an example from now to.
If a petition is submitted and we don't act on it within 45 days, it automatically is approved. It becomes law.
It passes planning commission with favorable
And then it goes to
opinion, whether we
BMA.
hear it or not.
Right. So this gives us now 90 days.
Okay, 9.
So if the petition is submitted and,
Yeah, that's the case we don't need.
right, it gets submitted, like a couple of days after a meeting.
I missed the
At
9.
times,
yeah.
Yeah. 45.
45 to 90,
Okay.
all right?
Okay.
It is
Oh, yeah.
spelled out. It's spelled out.
Okay.
So it's-
That's what had me confused. I was gonna say 45 doesn't help us, but.
All right, we've got a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second, all right. Any other discussion? Tyler?
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Nuss,
Yes.
Mr. Landers,
Yes.
Mr. Hobson,
Yes.
Mr. Day,
Yes.
Ms. Radford.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. All right. There's nothing else on the agenda. Anybody here want to say anything? Now's your chance. Yes, sir.
I thought that was on the agenda, because I come down here to trying to build a garage, and they said I was on the meeting.
That's on the
Yeah.
BZA.
That's the next little meeting. We'll get this one done and then you'll be.
That's phase 2.
Yeah, that's the next one. All right, anybody else?
We thank, the officer for his help with our dilemma on the trailer. We got that resolved, I guess.
Move back off the side of the road. Yeah.
He's supposed
No,
to
it's-
move, wasn't he?
It's going, they're going to court tomorrow on it, so. You got anything for us, Cory?
No, sir, nothing at this time.
Sir? Mr. Holmes, no? Mayor?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Happy as a lark,
good.
sitting in a tree.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Someone want to make a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion adjourned, say all in favor. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
BZA is next.
Chairman Watson, thank you. All right. Now Wanda's got the gavel.
Moving on.
Now Wanda's got the gavel.
Need to sign those or anything for.
Yeah.
We don't get, I'll make that correction and then we can sign it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Next, sign it next
I'll
time.
sign it, yeah, or we'll sign it next time.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Hey,
Nuss.
thank you.
Everybody have a good evening?
See you, Bill.
Y'all have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
That was a quick $100, wasn't it?
$100.
Did we forget to pay you? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
Like fire.
You heard it. No, he's on it.
Wow.
There.
I
Okay.
didn't realize that was meeting every month.
Okay. We called the Monday, April 1st, 2024 meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Roll call.
Mayor Moore,
Here.
Ms. Radford,
Here.
Mr. Landers,
Here.
Mr. Day,
Here.
Ms. Woodward.
Okay, we got one absent. Everybody here, Ms. Woodward's absent tonight. All right, has everybody had a chance to look over our Monday, March 4th, 2024 minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, we got a motion, Mayor Bullen, and second from Landers to approve. Roll call?
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Radford,
Yes.
Mr. Landers,
Yes.
Mr. Day.
Yes.
All right, at this time, we've got a period of the public comment for agendas on the item, for items on the agenda, but we've got two coming up. Is there anybody else that's got anything to say at this time before the board? Because the two back here, they will have their turn next. Okay, is there any announcements? Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what it says. It says adjournment, but we got the,
Wonder what book you reading?
I don't know. Well, I'm reading right here what I got. I hear that's what everybody's got. Isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, period of comment, that's exactly what it's
Yeah.
saying. That's
Yeah,
exactly
we'll
what it's
move
saying.
that.
Well, Well, what we got though on, under new business, this says March the 4th, this is the minutes. And where I guess that's thrown me off, that had the
We did the
minutes.
minutes,
Yeah,
yeah,
we've already done them.
yeah.
on that.
We'll move public comment.
Yeah, it's under, they had it put under the minutes
Should
where,
be under item 6. on
Right.
page 1,
yeah,
and it is this.
okay. Let's see. Where's the-
It's gonna take
Like
a
right
while to
here.
go.
Right here. All right, consideration, all right, Andrea Flax, I think that's you you will stand at this time for the oath, administration of the oath. Raise your right hand and state your name and where you live at this time.
Andrea Flack, 200 Shepherd's Branch Court, Unicoi, Tennessee, 769.
Okay, do you, go ahead and keep your hand raised up. You affirm to tell the truth as you know it before this board and all the truth? Okay, thank you. You may be seated. Well, on this one, this is a consideration of temporary use permit submitted by Andrea Flax for property located at 200 Shepherd's Branch Court, tax map 002, parcel 026.01. Okay, if you want to come up at this time and address the board at the podium up here.
Does anybody have questions?
Well, yes, well, that really, what what do you want to present to the board tonight?
I just listen.
Okay, Corey, you want to do some discussion on
Yeah,
this?
so, how long, you have on here until 2027? Is that,
We are building 2 homes. We have been working on lot 5 home, it's our first project. We have lot 3 and 4, which is combined, which is 26 acres. We will be building another home on a hill. So, in my request, I have permission to stay in our RV while we're working on the property in lot 5. My father-in-law lives with us. He wants to live in his RV on the lot. We have been working on the property and putting in a retaining wall so that we can park the RVs behind our house. I put both lots on there because lot 5 is where we're building and behind lot 3 and 4 is where the 26 acres are. So I didn't know if I had to include that on there, but it really is a separate lot. So
Yeah,
that's why we have 2 lots on there.
kind of the issue is we would only have 11 RV per lot. But there's no building of a home on the second lot yet, and you don't know really when that would be.
No, that's future. We're finishing the home on lot 5 first.
And so due to our ordinance, the maximum amount of time we can give a temporary use permit is 2 years. And that has to be reviewed every 6 months. So
I didn't see a maximum on the ordinance.
there would be virtually no way that we could grant this to live in it permanently for the next foreseeable future.
And
Well, I'm not asking to live in my RV permanently until 2027. I'm asking for permission for myself and my husband to live in our RV so we can work on lot 5.
What about your
Our father-in-law lives in his camper. He lives with us. He wants to live in his camper until when we get our lot 5 done, we will be moving into that building. He would stay in his RV, living in his RV. That you're laughing at me, so.
No, I'm picturing something in my mind. You go ahead, I'll share it with you when you're finished.
According to the ordinance, I understand that you can have a family member living in another building because you're taking care of them. That's why we thought that would be okay that he is in his RV until we can finish the house on lot 5, so then he can move in with us.
well, I think one time that we did make a suggestion that you could move into a park, where that you could just stay there and then when you was in and out, because I think during what our ordinance also says that during that time that you have the 6 months at a time, that you are working continuously on your building. And that hasn't been the case since, you started out in December 6, 2021, and this is your 4th time that you've come before the board.
Yes, because in September, In September of last year, when I came before the board and asked for the temporary use permit, I was told, take as much time as you need. I was told that. And that's why the last time in March, when we were denied the permit, I called to see where meeting minutes were where it said that. They said, nothing's recorded, nothing is actually dictated, where I can't confirm that you said that. I know Mayor Boland said it. Take the time that you need. So then when it was renewed, when it came up in March, we weren't here. I didn't come, it was denied. Then I came down a special trip to get it, to see if I could get it renewed. And that's when it was denied, you guys aren't making enough progress. We weren't told what progress to make. We weren't given, you have to have this done by this date, by this date, by this date. So we're all, and we weren't down here permanently. And we didn't know that you had to be down here permanently. We thought we could come, we were just told if you wanted to stay in your RV, you come down and you need permission. So that's what we did. We came down and we got permission. I did not know that there were any time limits. I never read anywhere in ordinance that there's a limit. It said it gets reviewed every 6 months. That's the only thing that I've read.
Yeah, I don't remember
If somebody
anybody.
can show me where it's 2 years, then show me where it's 2 years. But I was told, take the time it takes in September. So I'm like, finally, I can breathe a little bit, we can get this project done.
The thing that I remember that you said you could stay in an RV park and then you could work at it.
That was after that, that's when it was denied in March, and I came back down, and you said if I wanted to live in it, I had to move it to a park. Well, I wasn't living in it. We went back to Minnesota, we weren't living in it, and then it was a problem it was where it was. So we had to come down and move it behind the property, so we made a special trip down, we closed it all up and we moved it up the road.
Actually, you
And
didn't
that's
come
the
back
other
in
problem, it's
April
like, why is it
or March.
my dear neighbor on the road can park their RV in front of their garage? The sides are open, it's all plugged in, stairs are down, sides are out. How am I any different? How am I any different than my neighbors?
Are they living in theirs?
Does it matter?
Mhm.
That's what this.
I wasn't living in mine. I wasn't living in it.
There's also a structure on that lot.
The building on lot 5 is going to be the home. It's not changing. The only thing we're adding is porches. It's a 30 by 40 building. We're adding porches on the sides. The garage is in the front, the living space is in the back. Bedroom, full bath, kitchen, and an office, and a loft. That's my home. It's not gonna change.
When are you gonna move in there? You're not already in there, correct?
No, we are looking at the retaining wall. We got a retaining wall and we need to shore up the outside of the building first. And then we can work on the inside, framing the inside living space.
So the home's not finished?
It's not finished.
Okay, so
Because we still have
that
work to do.
would be the difference between you and your neighbors. They have a finished home.
No, it doesn't matter. How do I know that somebody isn't living in that camper? If I park my camper in front of my building with my sides out and my stairs down, but doesn't mean I'm living in it. I'm just asking for equal consideration. is what
I
I'm
don't
asking
think we've
for.
had any sort of action with this other person. And what we do with you in your situation is your situation. Now, we can ask our officer to check whatever, if there's somebody living out there, we need to know it. Because we need to do the same thing. You're right. We need to do the same thing with them that this conversation we're having with you. So if we can figure out where that is, I would ask if you'd like to go out there.
I'm not going to because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. These other people that are living in their RVs.
Well, I appreciate that it doesn't bother you. I do. And it's not that it bothers us, except that it violates our code. And in that regard, we do have to be consistent. Okay, so that's why you're here with us right now in this conversation, because the town has a responsibility to uphold its ordinances and its code.
Yeah, and Todd was involved. Todd, do you have anything you want to say? Because you was involved with it. That you and Nick had to do some
Correct.
work with her.
And one question I have, so I don't forget, is the request today is for your father to live in his RV.
There's two of them.
This is for us to stay in our RV while we work on our building, so we can live in it and move in it. And for my father-in-law to stay in his RV. They'll both be behind the building. Nobody will have to look at it and see it, that it's an eyesore or anything. When we get the house up on the hill done, then he'll be moving into that house with us.
The house on the hill, which is the house on the
We
hill?
have 26 acres on lot 3 and 4.
So
We
you're-
have the switchback.
You're gonna finish a house higher up on the property than the one you started right here.
We're building a house up there, yes.
And I think when it comes down to the father living in an RV, he'll have to do a temporary use permit for his.
I have it here.
I think yours is limited to what you can request. And he'll have to request.
You're requesting for him.
I have requested for him,
It would-
because he can't go through this process. I'm not bringing him into this process.
Weren't we supposed to have a notarized application for the applicant in this package?
You always have to.
I have it notarized, I told Tyler today. He said notarized, not notarized.
Notarized application from the applicant shall be presented to the board. County Union Board of Finance.
There they are. Who's got it?
So you say also that for immediate family, that's if they've got physical or chronic thing, and that's for them to live in a home that you said he's gonna be living with you once you build the home, once you have the home built, that all three of y'all gonna be living in the same house.
Yes, that's why this would be
But
longer.
that's not what it allows according to, this is just keeping the member of immediate family, during that time, so I don't think we've ever had anything like this.
I'll note to the board, I would be very cautious about allowing 2 RVs for a temporary.
Why is that?
Slippery slope. We've never done it before. It's not good. Especially since it's supposed to be during a period of new construction, and technically, if you haven't even constructed or started on constructing the home on the second lot. So we could do it if you were working on both homes simultaneously, but
Well, if we were in the house on lot 5, and we were taking care of my father-in-law, technically, according to ordinance, he could live in his RV on our property.
once you're in the home, not 2 people living in separate RVs.
I'm working on our property.
Yeah,
We're building a home.
yes, you are working on your property. That would give you the legal ramifications to live in your RV, not 2 RVs on the same one.
Tell me again which house you intend to live in first?
Lot 5.
Is that the flat one that you've already started, the flat barn?
It's an open, lofted building, there's 2-car garage in the front.
Okay, help me clarify. Did I ask you just a minute ago if your intention was to build the house up on the hill first? And you said yes.
No, before we,
Did I hear you? Okay.
no, then lot 5 is first, the house on the hill will be second.
And do you have like a general start date of when you want to start constructing on that one?
Not right now, hoping end of the year, beginning of next year.
On the application, on the request for permission that you filled out for your father-in-law, you say we will be building another home on 25 acres in 2 to 3 years, and he will move in with us when that is completed.
Yes,
So who's gonna be living on the first house?
my husband and I, Warren and I, we will be in lot
He
5,
will move in with us when the house on the 25 acres.
on the house on the hill.
How can you live in 2 places?
I don't get it.
I don't even, I'm missing some.
So,
What the mayor's asking is that the house down the bottom,
yes,
will he move with you all to the house up on top? What is the intentions of the bottom? Or is it gonna be just a shop or garage?
no, it'll be a home,
So your father-in-law will be staying down there?
not necessarily, my mom's moving in with us too. So she may live in there, she may live on the hill, I don't know, but we'll have a home on that lot. Family can come visit, my son may come and move in, I don't know, but we're gonna have a house, smaller home on that lot, and then the bigger house will be up on the hill,
Okay, your application, I'm gonna read the sentence out.
okay?
We will be building, and this is on the application that has your father-in-law's
For
name.
him, yeah,
We will be building another home on the 25 acre parcel in 2 to 3 years, and he will move in with us when that is completed.
yes,
That indicates you will be living on the house on the hill.
yes, we all will be. Once that house is done, we will move, Warren and I will move from the smaller home up to the house on the hill. My father-in-law will move in with us, and my mother may move in with us too. In the meantime, we would have a house on the lower lot. My mom could live there, she doesn't want to live in the house with us. My father-in-law could live there, my mom wants to live with us in the house on the hill.
We will be moving into our house on lot 5 once it is completed.
Correct.
But you just told me you were gonna move into the house up on the hill when it was completed.
Yes, yes, in the future,
I'm confused.
yes, in the future.
But she says it's gonna be 2 or 3 years before she gets that one built, is what she's trying to say.
Like-
She-
I just am
She-
absolutely
She wants to build where she's at right now, finish that up, and then
I do.
she's gonna build another one, and it's not gonna be completed till probably 2027.
Mhm.
So where are you living now?
We're selling in Minnesota, we're moving everything down this summer.
You've got 2 RVs.
Yes,
I would say put one RV in a campground, and leave it in it, and leave them, and keep your other one out there for now, till you get that house built, get your other one started.
But I think too that she's supposed to be, while she's living, the purpose of living in the RV is to be working the whole
On the
time
house.
on the house, not to be back and
Back and
forth.
forth.
Right, which is, that's what it's been since December.
I've been out to that property. I haven't looked at it in detail in a long time, but the language in the first application, which is not your father-in-law, says we have an RV hookup behind the building. That was the intention all along, was to live in a camper back in there.
because it's on your ordinance. It allows people to live in a
No,
camper
it's
while
not.
they're working on a house.
But you don't go to the trouble to get an RV hookup to live in it temporarily. Like, I don't think, the way I'm thinking about an RV hookup, maybe I'm thinking about something different. But
When was the last time you actually was here that you did any work on your home?
We've been working on it for 3 months.
You've been here constantly every day working on it.
Yes, we've been working every day, that there hasn't been heavy rain. We have been working on this building.
When do you anticipate being finished?
That's a good question. I had to wait 2 months for supplies. I had to wait a month for block. You know,
It seemed like in almost 3 years you could got that done.
what was that?
I believe in almost 3 years, you should have got that small house built by now.
her application says we're hoping to be living in the building. It doesn't say house, it says building within 1 year. All right, we'll split, I'm willing to split I'm willing to split the difference. 1 camper, 1 RV, 1. on that property for a year. One RV for a year. No more permits after that. We've given you permit after permit after permit for year after year after year. And we've never been able to get anything resolved.
That's
So-
because we were never there full time.
But you're here full-time now.
We are not here full time yet.
When will you
We've
be
been
here
We've
full-time?
been here since the beginning of the year.
When will you
We're
be here
about
full-time?
50-50.
Your house is selling. Are you gonna be here? When's it gonna sell? Is it like on the market or not sold? You haven't sold
Yes,
it
we
yet?
have interest, we have to go back out there and do stuff and finalize paperwork and
To
stuff.
bring up a bad topic, you'll have a squatter in there the other day. I'm sorry.
If you give a year, then that's,
We're supposed to review it every
In
6
6
months.
months.
Yeah, and then the year is the time frame. And then, like I said, 18 months is supposed to be complete, so 18 months is already up from December, it should have already been completed from the first time we give her an application. And it's not.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And now our problem is we have 2 RVs on the property.
Yeah, and now she says it'll be extended to 2027 from December 2021.
And a son may come down.
And her mother.
There may be a campground going on
And that's what we inquired.
before it's over.
Yeah.
The issue happened on one RV.
That's something we cannot do.
So, but,
I go back to saying move,
so
put
you're
one
saying
camper,
just
put
in
one RV.
general, somebody can't
campground.
have 2 RVs on their property, whether they're living in them or not? Can't have 2 RVs?
That would
No.
constitute a campground, and that is
No,
enough.
not living in. Somebody
No.
can't have 2 RVs on their property.
No. I mean, that's just.
So now I have to go find a people that has 2 RVs on their property and report them?
If you like,
Well, if you do, well,
if you like,
If you do, then, we will report to Nick and he'll have them moved out. You know, Nick, have you ever seen 2 on any properties? You have before, but you just need to let us know and then you need to tell them they can.
Okay, so your decision is,
well, we haven't made one.
what's your decision?
So, it's a thing too, that you may be able to store 2 RVs on your property, but living in is the big difference there.
That's what I just asked.
Yeah, and so,
Because initially, I was under the impression I couldn't even have a camper on my property because there was all this misunderstanding. I never got straight answers from
living.
someone in town, so.
Requirements on where you can keep it when not in use. I think that was your last issue.
Yes, it
with the
was.
park
Yes, it was.
and not in the setback. So you had to move behind the house.
Behind the house,
Nobody ever said that, so.
Yes, he did. Yes, I told you that. Yes,
You
ma'am.
did not tell
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
I
And another
asked-
thing, I'm gonna tell you something else. When you said Mayor Bullen said, "Oh, take all the time you need," she did not say that. You didn't know. You came, instead of coming here in March, you waited till June to come here. And she gave you till August 31st to have it moved. She said, take all the time you need till August 31st to have it moved. That is, I was sitting right beside of her.
This was September. This
No, it was not
And there were more members here. There was another female.
I make a motion to
No, there's not,
deny
there's
this.
not a female on this board.
Regardless. What did you say? When, at the end of that meeting, I asked, if I'm not living in my RV, do I have to move it? And nobody said anything. Nobody said you have to move it behind the property.
I told you you had to move it behind the property. Mayor Bullen was sitting on the other side of Chairman Radford, and she said the same thing.
I'm sorry.
but Chief and I even had a discussion about this.
I started saying, if you wanna say anything, Nick?
Nick,
As far
You was
as
here.
the, Mayor Bullen did discuss, I had to move away from the property.
At that meeting,
Yes.
Myself and Corey, yes,
at that meeting,
yes. Myself and Corey, we talked about, we've actually talked to the attorney, designation, the citation, and, all that. So it was discussed at that meeting about having moved out the curve, per se. The problem that I see right now, and I'm going to interject what the commission's had. You know, we have, I talked to your husband a couple of times, you know, we have the property.
I do understand what you're saying about it will be doing the housing on top. So right now, what's the status of the inside of the green building now? Well, how far along are you guys?
We haven't finished the backfill on the,
Now, I'm not talking about the backfill.
no, I have to finish that before I can build on the inside, before I can frame. And I had to get, I waited almost a year for a soil test, so that's when a year went. But anyway, we're finishing, we have to get the backfill behind the wall for drainage.
So as far as.
And then
Any walls, sheet rock, wiring, anything done on the inside of the garage?
we have power and water inside.
So
We have a
as far as framework, walls, would you allow us to come out and look at that? Which I guess the building inspectors are here there.
I don't know.
We've been working with them on that.
Okay, so you're working through lot.
What
So
building's
right
there?
now, lot, you will tell me there's framing, walls, sheet rock, electrical.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the building for a while.
Okay, so the problem is now is we have two campers, like I said. I made you move the one from the front to the back. So now we're telling me you're leaving it back in. The one that we initially made you look, correct?
Yeah, but,
So
yeah.
you and your husband's leaving it.
Well, we're gonna move it over behind the building so we can work on the driveway.
Okay, so where are you and your husband leaving that?
We're in the other house.
So you, your father-in-law, and your husband is in the camper on the front of the building.
Yes.
Okay, so you consider that the front where the garage door is, or is that the back?
That's the front.
That is the front. Okay. I think the recommendation is for the one camper, that would be my recommendation, because right now, talking to you, your husband, both, we stated, and I told you I worked with you again. You can't do a temporary permit for your water lot. The thing is, the house ain't finished. We have several people throughout the community that does have a temporary living situation for elderly, low income, thing like that. With your saying, yeah, there is a lot of campers with slides and stuff pulled out. You take me to any of them and show me someone living in them, I'll do the same thing with them. The town has a responsibility to the citizens. The thing is, it's like a single wide trailer. They don't want to move a single wide trailer in on a new water. Basically, a camper, it's the same thing as a single wide. So therefore, how are we going to go ahead and allow you to put two campers up here? You're sitting here, you're telling the town, hey, I'm going to bring my son down, I'm going to bring my mother down, here for once.
Well, we're not gonna use that camera. I mean, this is once we're on the hill.
The thing is.
It's an available building.
And like I said, we, as the town and this board, has said for multiple years now, and it's, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I mean, we've got a book, a very thick book on Shepherd's Branch. So, over the years, it just keeps adding. So we have to get to a sweet spot to do what we can to get you into your home and cut out the campers and stuff.
Mhm.
So.
I would love that.
So what is it going to take to get you all to the point of getting into your home?
I just need to be able to frame the building.
So what kind of time frame are you looking at on that?
I don't know. I'm not good at that stuff.
So,
A month ago, I would have said we would have the retaining wall done, but we didn't have all the block.
so would your husband be able to answer that for me?
Yeah, probably.
Well, if there's a motion, I think we need to, there's a procedure, the motion whether it gets seconded or not. And then I think if the next recommendation wants to be heard, I think procedurally we need to.
We need to clarify the motion.
Yeah.
And now is the motion to deny.
I make a motion to deny the second camper.
Oh, the second.
Okay.
We got two
We
applications.
got two applications.
Well, let's deal with it.
There's technically two applications, but they're seen together. So then the whole thing is for both campers. We can make it like you did, we can make a motion to modify and allow one thing versus the other, but we need to be clear on what our motion is. So the motion on the table right now is to approve the temporary use permit for one RV. Allow,
I'll remove mine if you consider my father-in-law, so he needs a place to live.
You remove it in 30 days?
He can move his camper to any of these campgrounds. I mean, there's plenty of hookups that he can live in. And live in his camper.
What, if they approve his, where you want to live?
You just have to get a campground then, or one or the other. I mean, that, if you wanna live here, that's the choice that we're giving you. You can pick out which camper you want to do what, but one would have to be removed. Is that the mood of the board of what we're saying?
Yes. One has to be moved. Both need to be out there. What do you think?
And
At least one
another
has to
thing,
be.
another thing too, usually, you don't have a second camper on there, you didn't come to the board to even say you're just gonna put a second camper, correct? Because there's only one supposed to be allowed to begin with, and nobody, you hadn't come to the board, you already put a second one on before any approval was done to the town to begin with.
and it's one of those things too, the camper is allowed to be stored behind the house. There wasn't supposed to be anybody living in said camper behind the house.
It's fine, it's on the road, where I can put it and I can still work. It's on the road, it's not hooked up, there's no hookup to it, the sides aren't out.
Andrew, so at this point, you and your husband are living in the camper with your father-in-law, correct?
Yes.
So it's technically one camper. Now, I can vouch for the second camper, it is part, it's not hooked up to anything. So if we could approve one, now, I would say the 6 months to let y'all get in the house and stuff, to where y'all can live in it. And then at that point, you all come back before the town, and then you all can vote to let your father-in-law stay in the camper, whatever, behind the property, once you all do that. But right now, we're living together, correct?
Yes.
Store one, live in one.
But would the neighbor, is that allowable too with the neighbors next door? We haven't heard from them, but they can see it all the time and they think, well, this is a time thing that's going on and on and on. And maybe they feel like for them that hurts their neighborhood.
I've talked to my neighbors and they're fine. I've talked to my neighbors. I've talked to Cliff, I've talked to Karen, I've talked to David. We're in a private cul-de-sac, it's a private drive. Nobody who doesn't live there needs to drive out there and
It's
Well, then see how-
not, it's an open cul-de-sac, it's a public drive.
It's a line of vision. And it's a line of vision coming down Marpleton. There's no way to
It's
avoid
not
it.
built into
It's
the
not that
zoning
long.
ordinance that we technically consider what the neighbors think about it.
Yeah.
It's just what her situation.
Yeah, and how would that we handle it for her? And be fair to anybody else that comes up with a situation, not to open it up for other people to, have the,
So we want to move one camper, remove one.
I think you're fine with the living one, store one.
I think that was the first thing on the agenda.
I don't think you're. Corey may have it, but I think as long as you're only living in one, you can store the other.
Yeah, as long as it's stored and nobody is without a doubt.
No power hook to it or anything.
And it's stored back behind the building,
It's going behind the building.
behind the house, which looks very much like a building.
Is that what you're saying too,
Building.
Todd, that it can stay on the property or be moved completely from the property?
I think you can keep, either or, I think, whatever y'all want to vote on, I think she would be fine if she's living in one with father-in-law and the other one just being stored.
Well, it can, the second one can stay on the property as long as it's stored behind the home and not hooked up to any infrastructure.
So you're basically saying you're already doing that with your father-in-law, so you're not living in two right now anyway, correct? So you're basically,
I had a power cord running to the compartment when it was cold, so things wouldn't freeze, because I had filters and stuff in my, they didn't know if I had totally demilitarized it correctly. So I have a power cord running out to my compartment in the camper so that it won't freeze. Sides are closed, everything's closed, There's no septic hookup, there's nothing on it, it's up on the driveway.
So the motion on the table right now is to deny both campers, but to approve her temporary living permit for one camper. Is that what your motion is, Charles?
Yes.
And store the other?
Restore the other one with no power line to it. Now, this is for 6 months only, right?
Yes, you have to reapply again in 6 months.
In 6 months, we'd like to see it be completed out there.
Me too.
Okay. Because I doubt if you'll get approved again. If it's not.
So if
It's been
everybody,
going on for.
So you would approve my father-in-law to live in this camper?
we're not approving to
Not right now.
No, I'm saying future. I mean, we're living in our building, we wouldn't allow my father-in-law to live in this camper.
That's a whole lot of unknown.
If
I don't think we can answer that right now.
We would have to see the new construction started, because these are only for the construction period. So if you start on the new home,
Well, not for a family member,
it still goes along with,
not for a family member,
well,
not what I've read. I mean, show me where it says the different. From what I've read, until it's no longer needed, then you have to remove the house from the property.
Remove the RV from the property, not
Or whatever is the family member is. Yes.
where the permit is being requested during the period of new construction.
Well, this is for a family member, this is the one for family.
It has to meet all of the following. It can be for a family member. But the and at the end of, with a health condition and has to meet all the rest of it.
Have to be building a house for a family member with a health condition,
For a temporary living
Yes.
and be building.
permit. So when you start the new home, we can hear about, that.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, now state it again exactly what.
So the motion on the table is to deny both campers, but to approve Ms. Black to live in one. Or Ms. Black and her family, my apologies. And to store the second RV
behind.
behind the home and not hooked up to infrastructure. That's the motion we have on the table now that needs a second.
And then to be back in 6 months. Second,
Roll call.
Mayor Bullen,
yes.
Ms. Radford,
Yes.
Mr. Landers.
Yes.
Mr. Day.
Yes.
Corey, I would suggest that be written out and signed, Ms. Radford, and a copy delivered
I can have that.
to
Can you
Ms.
send
Clark.
a copy to, or is it for
Yeah,
everybody
that's what
else?
it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, to you, for you to have a copy of what we just voted on.
I can have that done.
Okay, and Wanda, you'll be sure to sign it?
Yeah.
Will you sign off on it,
Yeah.
that we did it, that it's accurate and correct? Okay,
Yeah.
I can have that done by you.
thank you. Okay.
And I can sign it and see it.
Just remember, in 6
Yeah, you can
months,
email it.
we want to see it done, okay?
He likes to get that. I didn't say that bit. Okay. All right, that it?
That's it for that one.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, I think we've got Mr. Keith Holloway.
Yes.
Okay, all right, would you stand at this time and state your name and your address?
Chief Holloway.
Come on.
And I was trying to see if I can go to garage.
Okay, where do you, state where you live?
114 Robin Lane.
Okay, and just raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth and all the truth as you know it before this board? All right, thank you.
I make a motion, we approve this application.
Second.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just made a motion to
Your property
approve.
is located on 114, Robin Lane, tax map 012, parcel 012.02. And, you're asking for a side variance, correct? Because of the level of hardship.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up there and looked at it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
That's,
I went, drove by and looked at it as well, and the way that lot is set up,
yeah,
you don't have a backyard.
No, he don't.
no, it's all small.
I would recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
We got a motion and a second to approve, Mayor Boland and Charles. Second, roll call,
Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Radford,
yes.
Mr. Landers.
Yes.
Mr. Day.
Yes.
We're not really that hard to deal with.
This is, we're sorry it took so long,
Yeah.
we know that, we could have maybe jumped in ahead.
No, I tried.
Yeah.
That's just so convoluted. It tears your head
You
up.
see the house.
I-
The whole-
It just tears your head up.
When I get to the building permit, they'll go over the, how far the property line.
Well, and if you need any setbacks or anything or variance, you can come back before the board if you have to have that.
I mean, but what I'm saying, asking is, they'll let me know all the, like, when I built my house, it had to be 30 foot from the line.
That's what I'm talking about, that's the variance from that, if it is, if they show that, then they will tell you need to come to get the variance, and it might be so many feet.
I just don't want to beat.
15 feet.
Oh,
I have.
it's
no-
15 feet.
It's 15 foot.
15 foot. I think it's 15 foot.
It's 15 foot from the side property line.
From the side, from the front, same way as the house, 30 foot.
Yeah, it's,
She was saying something like 10 foot, I was like, okay, so I got-
No, it's
it's,
15 foot on the
so
side.
it's 30 from the front, 15 from each side, and 30 from
That's
The property line.
the garage is separated from the hall.
that, it has to go by the same setbacks as the city.
Okay. Okay.
That
Are
way
you having a
know
good
when
time?
You want to sit back like that, you won't have, from that.
You could pop some
Yeah,
popcorn.
that's all you know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
If you have any problems or anything, just holler back at town hall, they can tell you.
No, it's just a man.
I mean, on the building.
Yes, if you
Well,
need
that's why
to.
you see coming back for a variance, is showing that because of the space or anything, that you don't have the space, it'd be a hardship clause. And see, that's how we do the variances, is show there's a hardship, because otherwise they don't get a variance. And it has to be a hardship that, the way the land lays, it's irregular or a different variation. And then they usually come out and look at it, to see if it is a hardship clause.
Well, where my dad worked, he got a building some years ago. I was gonna feel like a bid, but I did that after 10 foot from the line. Oh,
She's the sequel.
If you have a problem, we'll work with you, okay? If you have a problem, we'll work with you. Okay, oh, okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Well, wait, is there any other business or announcements?
No.
All right, now it's time to adjourn. All right, who, Kathy to adjourn? We all said second. Aye, all in favor. Aye.
That's the way it is every time.